Who wants to have a chat down here?
I haven't seen many Abbey patrol ships around here of late.
I noticed that too. Do you think something happened?
The Bloodwings said the Abbey's been quiet everywhere. Apparently, some bad demons and a cursed pirate crew have been giving them trouble, and they can't spare the men to patrol the outer seas.
That's Eifried's pirates for ya. Always gathering information and keeping on their guard.
A cursed pirate crew? Isn't that us? If the info's sound, we've really made a name for ourselves.
Abbey ships run and hide when they see us coming.
Reason dictates that we avoid hopeless fights.
Ooh, Shepherd Artorius, you're my hero!
If only our enemies were truly that dumb. Sadly, the world isn't that forgiving. We can't drop our guard.
Aye. I've contacted some fishermen friends of mine. They'll let us know if they notice anything fishy.
We've got the First Mate's curse to deal with. We can never be too careful.
Yeah, with that Reaper's curse hanging over us, we don't have room to relax.
Well, at least they're not too bothered by it.
Yep, at least hopes are high among these characters that I don't know. I'm sure they're important to the plot. Don't belittle them. They're faceless and nameless.
Okay, Fee. I need you to find us our next Earth Pulse point.
I found one, but it's really, really far. Way up in the northeast.
If it's that far out, it has to be in Midgand.
Midgand is a collection of small islands. There's a comparatively bigger one called Lionol Island, but that's the exception.
Yeah, I think the Earth Pulse point's probably out there.
Midgand, huh? Those waters are haunted by ghost ships, you know.
Ghost ships?
Yep. Legend has it they snatch up wrongdoers who bear lingering regrets and whisk them away to that eternal voyage.
That doesn't sound promising.
Currents from all over the world converge in Midgand's waters, so a lot of shipwrecks from distant seas end up there as their final resting place.
Uh-huh. Ah, so that's where the stories of ghost ships come from.
Boo! You guys have no imagination.
I'd rather they stay imaginary myself.
We should still be careful.
We'll be fine. Ghost ship, exorcist, whatever comes along. We'll be the ones to administer their last rites.
In other words, we're gonna murder the crap out of them.
Just one Therian to go. When I escaped, Ceres told me that Artorius could still be killed. That means she must have known everything. That Inominat is incomplete. How Therians work. But why did she betray Artorius? Why did she give me her strength? I know that try as you might, some fires can never fully be extinguished. But what made you go so far as to feed yourself to me? Tell me, why did you do it, sis? Ugh, what am I saying? Ceres was a Moloch. Just a Moloch. Just focus on what has to be done. Once the Therians are all together, I can end this. That's all that matters. That's all I need to think about.
We on our way head out? Yeah. We're just setting sail immediately, huh? Oh. There's a few things waiting for me around the keep, though, huh? Let's take a look around. Wouldn't want to miss out on ambient dialogue when they give it to me. Although some of the stuff could be pretty hidden if it's like maybe multiple floors away and stuff like that. You'd have to check pretty far to know if it's even there or not. Hey there. Yep, I don't know who you are.
That prince you brought back is one interesting guy. He's happy playing with the dogs, right? And that's perfectly normal. But I swear, he even naps with them. And that hawk, with a big smile on his face?
And when Dial or Kamawana ask him to put in some work, he doesn't make a face or nothing. He just gets right to it.
Wait, they're asking the prince to do chores for them? Isn't that a little much?
Yeah, honestly, I was worried about it too. But when I asked him about it, he said not to worry. And get this! The guy says when he lived in the palace, he couldn't even yawn without getting permission. He couldn't even play with his dogs, let alone help other people with their tasks. Everything was the job of his servants. So anything we tell him to do, no matter how trivial, the guy happily does it. Says he really feels like he's alive.
Wow! Feels like he's too good a guy to be a prince.
You got it backwards. I'd love to see what a nice guy who gets the common folk does once he starts calling the shots.
But if he were to rejoin the royal family, he'd be our enemy, wouldn't he?
At the very least, he wouldn't try to control how we think, like the Abbey's doing now.
Either way, you're pirates. You plunder other people's ships. I think you'd be the enemy of any state.
That's a strong point that they're probably not considering, honestly. Anything floating around? Not noticing any icons. Don't want to dig too deeply, it'd take a while, so I'd have to recheck every room. For the sake of efficient resource use, they probably wouldn't hide them too deeply, or it'd be kind of problematic. Either way, would not associate that guy's voice with the title card, Hardened Pirate. That was a bit of a surprise.
Aw, come on! It's fine!
No, it's not. You have to do it right.
You're so mean, Medusa! If you keep telling me what to do, I'll hate you!
Fine, hate me then. So long as you do what I say.
Fine! I love you, Medusa, and you don't even care!
What's going on here?
Eleanor, Medusa's being mean. She keeps telling me to dry my hair after my bath, but I don't wanna.
What? Is that all you're arguing about?
This is important. Just because she's a Therian doesn't mean she can't catch a cold.
But I won't! I won't catch a cold! I swear! I don't want to take Mom's yucky, awful medicine, so I'm not gonna get sick.
If you insist on being so stubborn, we can do this the hard way.
There's no need for everyone to get so worked up. Her hair's pretty much dry already, right?
Yeah, what she said.
I'm spoiling her, aren't I?
Seriously. Look, we don't even know what would happen if a Therian catches a cold, let alone how to treat it.
That's true.
But look, I get it. I know you feel responsible for her.
You mean what happened to her mother?
Yeah, Laphicet told me about it.
My, look who's a little tattletale.
I'm sorry, but I thought Medusa should know, just in case. It's fine, I suppose. I should have told her myself.
Well, at least I understand everything now. It's all too tragic for words.
Yes, and the knowledge would not be something that a young child could possibly bear. I'm not planning on telling her.
That's probably your only option. But do you really think you can keep lying to her forever?
I have to, for her own sake.
For her, huh?
All right, I'll go with you on this. You two are going through an awful lot of trouble for a selfish kid. All kids are selfish. They're selfish. But that's what their families and their mothers should be there for. Don't you have any memories like that yourself?
Sorry, but I'd rather just keep them to myself.
Pish and piffle. Everybody and their issues, am I right?
I mean, Velvet's not exactly gonna get a spike of niceness after what happened in the last island. It's best to just move on. You know, I've started to get used to this island. It's a regular den of hyenas, isn't it? We need to get back to our new goal, which was in Lionol Island. Which was... there we go. Have we been here yet? We have not. A new place. We don't get to visit those too often. Even the last place we just went to was technically a revisit of, like, the prologue.
We're coming up on Lionel Island.
So much for the ghost ships.
Should we expect another welcome party waiting for us again?
No. I had the Bloodwings spread a rumor that we were raiding an Abbey compound far, far from here.
As far as plans go, that's better than nothing.
All this cloak and dagger. Give me a good old frontal assault any day.
First mate, sir. There's a ship drifting ahead of us.
A ghost ship?
It's an Abbey ship. Their flag. It's a distress signal.
Understood. Commence approach.
Are you actually going to help an enemy ship?
A ship signaling distress has neither allies nor enemies. That's a code all seafarers abide by.
It's an obvious trap.
Not even pirates would use a distress signal for a surprise attack. Of course, after we rescue a ship, we still strip them of everything they've got.
Anyway, if it's a trap, we'll kill everyone on board. Simple.
A waste of time if you ask me.
Is this... the Corsair Scourge?
Benwick, do we still have any Salatoma left?
Yes, sir. If this is their full crew, we should have enough on board to treat them.
Now that you mention it, don't Abbey ships usually have a bigger crew?
These were all who were aboard when I hijacked the ship and made them set sail.
Teresa!
I knew I was being reckless, but I never expected we'd run afoul of the Corsair's Scourge. But you know, I'm glad we did, since it brought me to you.
You seriously plan to fight in that condition?
No. I know you've won this one. Use me as you will.
Use you?
Don't bother asking. It's a trap.
Lionol Island is where you'll find Dees. A Therian. My brother Oscar is guarding over it.
We can handle him just fine.
You should know that Oscar's acquired a powerful new art. Its formula developed by Lord Melchior. The art heightens a Malak's power far beyond its normal limits. The effect is incredible. Normal arts don't even compare. Even were you to win, you wouldn't come away unscathed.
Why are you telling us this?
The art is still untested and imperfect. There's no guarantee its caster will survive the effects. I don't want anything to happen to Oscar. If I'm your hostage, Oscar won't move against you. This will afford you a window to snatch the Therian and make your escape.
You're willing to betray the Abbey?
There's nothing in this world that could ever replace Oscar. I know you can't trust me, so don't give me your medicine. I'll place my life in your hands. Just save Oscar.
Lady Teresa!
If true, this information will be of use to us. For now, let's bring her aboard and give her the medicine.
So, you're going to believe her story?
An art that boosts a Malak's power far beyond its normal limits. Sounds like we might be in for a real fight.
And she said that Melchior developed it too.
Maybe this explains why he was so intent on acquiring that Siegfried relic.
If this is all true, a frontal assault might not be the best idea.
But why do you think Teresa is willing to go so far to protect Oscar?
Oscar is the second son of the Dragonia family, aristocrats with ancestral ties to the Asgard royal lineage. From what I understand, he was sent to the Abbey in the hopes of strengthening his family's ties to the group.
For the good of the bloodline. Happens all the time.
Teresa followed him to the Abbey, where she's been his constant savior, even if she's kept it from him.
So she's another noble too. Could have had an easy life if she just kept in her place.
No, Teresa was conceived, outside of formal matrimony, and her mother was not of what you'd call high standing.
It happens more often than you might think. My mother died, and my father's wife never cared for me. So I merely served the Dragonia family as a maid. Those were dark, lonely times for me. But Oscar was the only one who called me his sister and embraced me as family. Does a sister need any other reason to want to save her brother?
So you're back on your feet.
My sincere thanks for the medicine.
I can't use you as a hostage if you're dead. Where's the Therian?
Ahead through the bared marsh are the ruins of an ancient kingdom. There you'll find the Earth Pulse Point, along with Oscar.
What happened to number 1?
Lord Artorius took number 1 away from me. As it stands, I'm without the powers of an exorcist. As such, whether I live or die is for you people to decide. Once Oscar is safe, you can do whatever you like to me.
We'll do as you wish. All of it. I know you know this, Fee, but don't let your guard down for 1 second.
I won't.
So this is interesting because, well, first of all, hello, I see you, like, right there on the first screen, hovercraft. Ah, crap, never mind. We have the hoverboard icon right on the first screen because we're going to immediately transition to a different location where it doesn't work, of course. So this is a good example of storytelling in general, the idea that we're going after a Therian, which is a well-established part of the story, which, obviously, that's the entire driving force right now. And our foe is Oscar, an established foe. Our ally is Teresa, which is established. And Oscar is using elements that are provided by Melchior, another established element. And where Teresa even comes upon us via the Corsair's Scourge, another storyline, a story point that was already pre-established, so that they don't have to, like, come up with anything on the fly to try to explain away what's going on here, because everything here is actually following up on stuff we already know is in the game. Which is always a good sign when stories play out that way. Hey, 20,000 for 3 hunts. The Eater of Gold. Serial Killer Tree and Moonbang Wolf. So I'm missing a few of them now. I went from missing 1 of them to missing 3 of them now. It's fine. Not the biggest deal ever because you just get some gold from them and that's about it. But it is nice to. It is kind of nice to have that sort of thing taken, just, you know, kept track of, in case you want to go get them all. Definitely wish they gave me experience.
I'll send a Sylph J if anything comes up here. Have a safe trip.
Thanks.
Still, why would the Abbey build anything all the way out here?
Teresa, what do you know?
This island may be uninhabited now, but judging from the ruins, we can tell that civilization has flourished and fallen here many times. This island lies at a focal point of air and sea currents, as well as the flow of the Earth Pulse. That means that malevolence gathers here too.
Is that why civilization has risen and fallen here before?
It is. Furthermore, the malevolence of those long-dead people still lingers here, lost and unfading.
Even after so long?
The more they prospered, the greater the loss of life.
Normally, this sort of thing could not be ignored. The malevolence here should have been dealt with in haste.
But because the Abbey is scheming to resurrect Inominat, there's no way they'd want to waste such a bounty. Bursting with malevolent juiciness, and no meddlesome people around to cause trouble. There couldn't be a more perfect spot.
If there's one place they'd put a Therian, it's here.
Man, if a place is all ruins now, what the hell does it look like by the time Zestiria happens? Oh, we're so far off. By the way, having her powers taken from her helps explain why she's not a playable character, too. So even that flows logically. Because our existing characters are demon, Moloch, demon, and then 2 exorcists, or Magulu's at least sufficiently mysterious that people compare her to an exorcist and suspect she might have the powers of exorcist because she has the exact same, like, bound by Moloch situation. And actually, that matches with the existing dynamic almost of Zestiria, where the party had 2 humans that were seraphim. Sorry, sorry. There was 2 humans, which I forgot what they're called now, Shepherd and something else, the assistant or whatever it was called, and each of them had a pair of seraphim that they could sort of were able to carry within the party. Except now we're half seraphim, half demon.
This is an Abbey encampment. No one's stationed here now, but it's well maintained.
From what I could gather, it will be approximately 10 days before the next patrol stops by.
That's more than enough time to find the Therian and get it off the Earth Pulse.
We can rest here, too. No need to rush things. We'll find the Therian, but let's do it right.
That's a pretty big gap of time between Abbey arrivals, but I suppose it's on a remote location, so it's not like there's like foot traffic coming around to like steal all the crap that's everywhere. So there's that, I suppose. Let's just sell off our valuables before I have one of them max out a stack and get me into some trouble. Do you sell like new weapons we don't have? You do. I can get, yep, well, as usual I can only get 1 of each. Let's check around for anything I don't already have at least 1 copy of. Whoopsie. Whoa. Oh, right. I was looking at the left side of the screen where it says L2 R2T, but I was pressing the bumpers to switch between them, and it's completely different. I was getting mixed up there. Life bottles for sure. Always grab those. Let's get the garment here. The blob ring. These are all ingredients for crafting. Not crafting, for eating. That's fine. There we go. We got a new title. Favorite customer.
Teresa, it's been a while.
We haven't seen each other since the throne. But that doesn't seem like so long ago to me. Not when I keep hearing so much about you. Eleanor Hume, the traitor.
What of the Corsair Scourge?
Nothing to worry about. I've had my dose of Salatoma.
Was it as bad as you remembered it? Brings you back to when you were an initiate, doesn't it?
Why did you betray us, Eleanor? When the Abbey made you a patrolling inspector, they placed great responsibility upon you. Oscar should have been the one to take on that role. He had already been selected for it. But you wanted it so very badly, and that sweet, naive man that he is, he let you take it.
I had no idea. Oscar had already been chosen?
Yes, and after he passed on it, he was stationed on that dangerous island where he sustained that awful wound. And now, you accompany the monster that nearly killed him. I feel I have a right to some answers.
My desire to save humanity has not changed. I have simply found a path different from the Abbey's.
I don't find that answer acceptable.
I didn't think that you would. I know very well that you offer no compromises when it comes to Oscar.
You're right. I don't. Be sure to inform your new friends of that fact. In order for me to protect Oscar, I'm going to need you all to trust me. That's all I have to say to you.
I understand.
Yeah. She's still in that crappy situation of not being able to answer any questions about what happened, because she's like double and triple betrayed back and forth at this point, and has compromised on the original reasons why she even changed teams in the first place, and it's gotten very confusing for her if she ever wants to elaborate on anything.
I heard that they use this island to hold exiled prisoners. Just looking at this place depresses me. I hate it here.
We can't go carelessly wandering about. This place is dangerous.
I know. Still, from the looks of those ruins, there used to be one impressive civilization here. I can practically taste the hidden treasure.
The punishment for tomb raiding is quite strict, you know.
Think I'd be a pirate if I was afraid of the Abbey?
I won't stop you from looking for loot. But if you get into trouble, don't expect us to save you. Got it?
Aye, aye, sir.
Don't mind me just nonchalantly hoverboarding like I do. Oh, it's gone now. I had it so briefly, and it just whisked away. Oh. Bared marsh. Look at this glowy bit over here. Well, I presumably affected something. Just keep an eye out. I wonder if I'm supposed to recognize this place or not. I do remember there being marshes in the previous game, but yeah. It's incredibly hard to recognize locations in these games because they're just pretty basic. They don't have the major landmarks you see in other RPGs sometimes. Like, holy crap, Final Fantasy XV's landscape has some real landmarks on it. That's one of the things they've got right. Fortunately, that story. The gap in story quality between this game and Final Fantasy XV is gargantuan in favor of this game. Did I just summon that barrier by pressing that button? I did, didn't I? It's made of wind. That's not related to what... I think the one I did was toggling between like water and fire or something like that. So I think it's just... Oh yeah, there's the wind one. Maybe I had to toggle the fire one to get to the wind one. Maybe there would have been a barrier here. That's a golem, yep. Honestly, right now it looks like a stress ball. Ta-da! We're full on those. That's fine. Unlike the sellable items, that's a consumable, so I don't have any intentions of intentionally reducing my stack just so I can pick them up. Alright, we're clear. Any code reds around here, I wonder. Oh. Got a few things to click on now. I mean, the way's already open. Is this just gonna trap me? That barrier is back. No barrier here, though. That might have just been so I could open the door from behind in case it somehow got closed. Not sure. Seriously, I want my hoverboard back. I just had it for a second there, and now it's gone. It just feels so slow. I wonder what the explanation is for limiting your ability to use the hoverboard, because, like, I understand. I know in the in-universe explanation they gave us that part, but
that power number 2 displayed at the throne. Hard to believe he had that hidden in him. Lord Melchior said that number 1 was full of untapped potential as well. If I have the talent to use it.
Teresa, my lady, you seem angry.
Me? At what?
At me, for running away and joining Velvet.
Oh, that? I was careless. An enemy stole a tool of mine. I'm merely frustrated at my own incompetence.
A tool?
I don't care what happens to me now. Not as long as I can save Oscar.
I'm the one who hurt your precious brother. And you're asking for my help now?
Yes, you hurt him. You scarred his face, and his honor, and his heart.
Still holding a grudge, then? Well, at least you won't be able to kill me in my sleep.
With no Malakim, I'm an ordinary woman. How could I threaten the Lord of Calamity? I'm painfully aware of my own weakness.
Good. Try to keep out of the way, then.
Lady Teresa, Velvet isn't so different from you. She had a little brother,
I know all about the Lord of Calamity, but none of that matters to me. As powerless as I am now, this is the only path for me. It's the only way I can save Oscar.
Lady Teresa.
Judgy of her, of course, that she's mad at Eleanor for compromising on the Abbey in order to pursue some action with this group, while then, of course, she is herself doing that, more or less. But yeah, I know the in-game story explanation for why you can't use the hoverboard all the time, but I just wonder what the game design explanation is, because it seems to just generally make the game better. Maybe just let me have it all the time, you know? That seems ideal.